If you're an SDR and you want to hit quota faster, better, stronger this quarter, this video is for you. I've been sending out millions of cold emails just this past year alone in 2025 to book 10 to 40 qualified meetings with enterprise accounts for my clients such as Lockheed Martin, Red Bull, Toyota, BMW, using this exact strategy that I'm going to show to you. And we're going to cover the basics of cold emailing, right? What infrastructure you need, what targeting you need, and how to set the appointments, right? So let's get straight into it. So cold emailing for SDRs. We're going to keep this extremely simple. Now, I'm going to go through this entire graphic and we're going to cover each and every single step by step. So infrastructure, copywriting, targeting, and appointment setting. So you can get a clear idea of what to do next to actually get more meetings booked, right? So number one, infrastructure. If you're an SDR and you don't have dedicated training for cold email, you will probably be sending out cold emails from your guys' main domain. So this is your main domain. Let's say you're working at Google. So this is google.com, right? And you have all the employees and the CEOs, the C-suite, the VPs, etc. You have all of their email accounts connected to this domain. Let's say this is your email account, right? You've been sending out emails from this, let's say 30 to 50 a day. And this is what you've been pushing. Now, if the company is smaller, this will actually be very significant because now you're sending out a lot of cold emails from your company's main domain. This is a huge issue because at some point, if multiple reps do this, your main domain's reputation will get absolutely slapped. It will get ruined. Right? What does that mean? Invoices won't reach customers. Normal client communication will land in spam. Everything will start landing in spam, right? You can't communicate with the outside world anymore because all of your emails, your initial emails, they will land in spam. Huge issue. So if you've been doing that, you need to watch out because what we do at our agency for our clients is we create secondary, so different domains, not subdomains. Not email, wait, let me write that out actually, because a lot of people do this. We do not create email.google.com subdomains. We don't do that. What we do is we create completely separate domains. So their domain names could be trygoogle.com, googlehq.com, right? All of these domains. Now we create a bunch of them and then we create at max 2 to 3 email accounts per domain. Now, after creating all of these, we will connect them to our sending automation platform. Now, before we go into that, right, why do we do it this way? We keep every single cold email completely separate from your main domain. Your main domain will keep its reputation, all the SEO benefits, all the normal client communication, everything will stay as usual, like as normal, right? We won't harm that at all. And these guys, we will just use them until they burn away, right? That's the entire premise of these domains. So we will just use them, abuse them, and then just throw them away, get new ones as soon as we need them. Now, just as like a cost thing, one single domain should cost somewhere between $10 and $15. You only want to get .com domains, right? And then one inbox should be costing you around $3 to $4 per inbox, right? So you'll have 3 inboxes, that's $12 per month, plus one time $10 to $15. That's your one single domain setup. Now, with our biggest clients, we have 600, 800, 1000 inboxes, right? So you can scale this horizontally. Now, with every single inbox, you want to send out 15 emails per day. That's per inbox, right? So in total, if we have 2, that's 30. If we have 3, that's 45 for the entire domain, right? Per day. Now, if we want to scale this, we just get more inboxes. We don't scale this number because if we scale this number, the lifespan of this domain will go down drastically. Doing this with our other deliverability hygiene standards, which you can get in the description down below. I'll link it somewhere down there. Doing all of that will get you roughly 3 months of lifespan for this domain, right? So you want to do that, get a bunch of domains, keep them for 3 months, replace roughly 5 to 10% every 2 months, like 5 to 10% of all the domains every 2 months. And that's how you keep up the entire infrastructure. Now, as soon as you have that, you will get all of this connected to your sending automation platform. This could be, this is a very big tag. This could be Smartly, this could be Instantly, this could be Email Bison, which is what we use, right? Now, for Email Bison, you will need to gain access to this. You don't just get access to this. We as an agency, we get access to it. It's a private infrastructure. It is extremely solid. It is very good in terms of deliverability. But if you're just starting out, Smartly and Instantly work fine. Both work, right? Now, you connect all of these to your sending automation platform. Now, the next challenge is getting proper prospect data, right? Now, How do you get prospect data? It's not just the company thing that you currently use, probably. If you use Cognism, right? Cognism, then you have Lusha, then you have Apollo, you might even be on ListKit, you could have Zoom Info, right? If you're using these, in general, it's not terrible, but a lot of people miss out on how to use these. Now, it is not just like, yeah, I'm just gonna like go into Cognism, Apollo, or whatever. I'm just gonna type in the industry that we're targeting, type in the job titles that we're looking for, and then I'm just gonna call it a day. You need to definitely go to these different providers and use keywords extensively, both inclusion and exclusion, right? Why? Because these databases are inaccurate as hell. They're completely inaccurate. They do not give you whatever you want. If you've ever had the experience where you're exporting, say, medical practices as an industry from Apollo, say, or ListKit or whatever, right? You will notice that you have the weirdest of prospects and companies and accounts in your prospect list. Now you're doing outreach to them as well. And in the case of cases, we've ran the numbers. Every single time we export accurate lists just by using like the basic filters, we get a prospect list accuracy of roughly 34% or something. Terrible. 2 out of 3 emails that you're sending out goes to waste. Right? And goes to waste also means, by the way, if you're sending out with your main domain, it means that these people will mark you as spam as well. Like that comes on top of everything as well now. Huge problem. So what we want to do is we want to properly filter these lists. And now every single time you filter these lists, what you want to do is it shows you a preview, right? You want to go through the preview, and you want to make sure that after multiple iterations of including keywords, excluding keywords, excluding keywords, etc., right? Let's say you have 25 companies in that preview. You go through every single one, you find the ones that are not part of your ICP, of your ideal customer avatar profile, right? You want to figure out what what keywords you can exclude to get rid of these accounts. As soon as you can get rid of them, you add them to the keywords and you go through the preview again, because the new prospects will come into the preview, right? You want to do that until 25 of 25 or 50 out of 50, the more accurate the better, right? Are completely accurate. As soon as you have that, you have a perfect prospect list. Go through the preview until you have all accounts completely accurately represented in the preview, right? So you go through the preview, you include and exclude keywords, go through the preview again, you go through the keywords again until you have all accounts completely accurately represented in the preview that you want to have in the preview, right? So that's going to make sure that the list is accurate. Now, this goes for all databases that you have. Very good practice to do, because this is a huge lever. Prospect lists are literally 80% of the work. Literally. If your prospect list is solid, it is almost irrelevant what you say on the script. Almost. Because that's where we're going to go to right now. Now, with cold email, if you want to book meetings, you do not book the meeting from the first cold email. You just do not do that. Every single time we've ran campaigns like that, it didn't work out. It just doesn't work out. You want to make it extremely easy for the prospect to say yes or no to your email. This could be through a very easy risk reduction, no risk whatsoever offer in the first email, and then just asking whether they want more information. Or you can make a very direct offer if it's a very straightforward product, right? You can make a very direct offer, tell them, hey, this is the thing that we can do. Is this something that would be relevant? Very easy to say yes or no to, right? If you are absolutely looking to hit quota or surpass quota, right? Absolutely smash the quota for this quarter, you want to go with the Loom strategy, because you're going to demonstrate whatever the product or service it is that you're selling on a Loom video. Now, how are you going to do that? You're going to ask the people in the first email whether they want to see a Loom video, a quick video, like 2 to 5 minutes, right? Showing how your offer works, right? If you want more information as to how to copyright, etc., and use the Loom strategy, I'll link a video in the top right corner right now. You can click that or just open up in a new window. Check that out later. You want to have a script that makes it extremely easy to say yes or no to your email. Now, I have more resources in the description down below. I guess I'll have to link out like every single one of them. I have a full-on, or we have an internal AI that is trained on all the winning scripts that we've ever had across millions of cold emails sent, right? And it is trained on all of those winning scripts. And if you give it your offer, service, niche, and your USP, it will give you your perfect email script as a first draft that you can then adjust and then send out to these people. And as soon as you do that, you will get more responses. And with the responses, you want to make it pretty simple. You want to now go into appointment setter mode, right? This is where you grab your phone, and then as soon as an interested lead comes across, you call them up within 5 minutes. You call them up, you set the meeting, and that's where you get your qualified meeting, right? This is how it works. This is what you have to do step by step to get there. Now, let me check my notes real quick, so just to see if I forgot something or not. Hey, I have a free gift for you. So if you want 5,000 free prospects from your ideal customer profile, you need to keep watching, because we have access to the best, most luxurious databases out there. Not some Apollo basic stuff, right? I want to gift you 5,000 of your ideal customer profile with emails and phone numbers for free as a way of saying thank you for watching these videos and supporting the channel, right? Now, to get your personalized list, you need to go into the description, find the link where it says 5,000 leads for free, right? Click the link, fill out the form so that our team gets your form submission and then prepares your list. Now, with that list, we want to have an additional thing that we want to give you, which is our internal AI that we use for writing first drafts of our cold email. Now, that AI is trained on our best winning scripts after having sent out millions of cold emails. You will get access to that. You will get the prospect list so that you can then send out emails to your ICP with the perfect script. Now, if the third thing is still challenging you, right, you'll find the next steps in the document that we'll send you as well, so you can get onto your merry way of getting leads from cold email. Now, with that said, back to the video. Okay, we didn't miss too many things, which is quite nice. We actually didn't miss anything. I just want to reiterate what we just covered. So generally, SDRs over-personalize in the wrong way. They state irrelevant facts about someone that just, like, say the school that they went to, etc., their LinkedIn bio. That's not the way. Do not use AI for this stuff. Just make it relevant, because relevance beats personalization. Personalization is actually not needed at all. The best campaigns that I've ran for multiple clients of mine weren't personalized. They were just relevant, right? And relevance means that this email was written specifically for their situation, not their LinkedIn bio. The general framework is literally relevant opening. Hey, are you experiencing this specific pain point? One line value proposition, your offer, right? And then a low friction CTA, the Loom video. Subject lines, quick question. Don't even read that. Just quick question, done. Or question regarding ban. Or question keyword, whatever. Always plain text, no banners, no logos, no heavy HTML formatting. If you set up your inboxes, right, do not set up signatures. You don't need to do that. Forget that. So next up, deliverability basics you need to know. If you're sending from your main company domain, you're one bad campaign away from hurting everyone's email reputation. Just to reiterate that, right? Very, very important. The ideal setup is having dedicated sending domains as shown above with proper DNS records. If you want to, like, your IT team could set this up in under an hour. Generally speaking though, I've worked with a lot of IT people. They are not complete experts. So if you need full expertise with that, check out the first link in the description. Warm up before you send, 14 days minimum, gradual ramp up. Never jump straight to full volume. You just want to ramp up the cold emails that you're sending out day by day, increase by 2 or 5 emails per day, every day, right? And just to reach a sending speed of 12 to 15 emails per inbox per day maximum. If you need more volume, you need to add more inboxes. And more inboxes means not just like adding the 4th or 5th inbox to the same domain. You want to have a new domain with 2 to 3 inboxes again max. Right? This is how you scale. Now, how to know if it's working? You need to track every single reply that you get, and you need to maintain at least 1% response rate as your floor. You do not want to track open rates, because that's going to put HTML into your copy, into your email, right? We don't want to do that. And you do not want to track click rates. Both are completely irrelevant. These are irrelevant numbers. The open rates, for example, with one of the iOS updates that came a couple of years ago, right? Every single Apple iPhone that receives an email through their mail client that they have natively will automatically get marked as opened. So it really doesn't matter whether you track open rates or not, it will be inaccurate as well. So you want to just track the response rates to see if you actually land in the inbox. Open rates won't tell you anything, right? Neither do click rates. So you just want to check response rates, right? So with that said, if you want to get all of this done for you, to get sales calls with the decision makers that you're trying to reach, right, on a pay per showed and qualified call basis, right? You only pay for the calls that actually showed and are qualified, right? Completely done for you. You need to check the first link in the description, because that's exactly what we do. We set up the entire infrastructure for you. We have the best email infrastructure out there, because barely anyone gets access to this. We have the best prospect databases. We already know which scripts work. We have a dedicated inbox manager and subsequences to book meetings from email alone. And we also have dedicated SDRs that are trained on booking calls from cold emails to set you qualified meetings, so that you can then jump on the meetings, have your AEs jump on the meeting, and then get these qualified meetings to paying clients. If that's what you're looking for, just a straight shortcut, full performance basis, you don't have to worry about anything but paying on time and jumping on these meetings, you need to check out the first link in the description down below. See you in the next one.